Hey everyone, it's Izzy here with a reading vlog in Vlogtober. It is Monday, October 15th at 2:42 p.m. So I just got done filming my book of the month subscription unboxing video, and that was a lot of fun. I'm really excited about the books I got there, but I will show those in a minute. First, I'm going to be showing y'all my TBR, but actually first I'm going to show y'all I finished I Am Watching You by Teresa Driscoll. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. If you were watching my previous reading vlogs, you know this is what I was reading, and I finished it sooner than expected, and it was so good. I saw a lot of mixed reviews that people thought the characters were like really dry or flat. I can see that, but for me, for the most part, I'm usually, I don't know, I'm not gonna say I'm not reading, like for like a thriller, I don't really care about the characters, I just care about what's happening. But in some books I do care about the characters. It's weird. But I did finish this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I will go all into it, wrap up. But on Goodreads, I'm about to go write a review on it. So today I am starting 2 books. First, I'm going to be starting Star Wars: The Old Republic Deceived by Paul S. Kemp. I don't really know what this book's about, but it is kind of short. This one is longer, yeah. But I don't know how long this is gonna take me, because I don't remember how many chapters there are. But I think this is about, yeah, this is based on a video game too, the Old Republic series that I'm currently reading, just to let y'all know. So there may be spoilers for the video game, the Star Wars Old Republic multiplayer online game. I don't play that, but if y'all do, there may be some spoilers. So Malgus brought down the Jedi Temple in Coruscant in a brutal assault that shocked the galaxy. But if war crowned him the darkest Sith Sith heroes, peace would transform him into something far more heinous. Something Malgus would never want to be, but cannot stop, any more than he can stop the rogue Jedi fast approaching. Her name is Erin Lanier, the lone knight that Malgus cut down in the fierce battle for the Jedi Temple was her master. And now she's going to find out what happened to him, even if it means breaking every rule in the book. So breaking the Jedi code always turns out into a good idea. It's like I want to say a good story, a good idea. What am I saying? But this reminds me of Darth Vader without the mask. I don't know, but I love the way these books are, like the covers and all. I don't know, that may be weird, but yeah. So this is the second in the Old Republic series. I read Raven about 2 weeks ago, so now I'm reading that. And then also this book is what I'm just gonna be reading throughout the month, but it's Game of Thrones: A Feast for Crows. I know my bookmark is it's a bookmark I got at Westminster Abbey a few years ago, but I'm gonna read 3 chapters of this today, and with all my Game of Thrones books I read 3 chapters a day, so I should finish this in 15 days, but I may not. But that's like scheduled. If I stick to the 3 chapters a day, it will be 15 days. So I can't really say anything about this book as the 4th in a series, but if I finish Deceived, I will be reading this book that is Cleopatra: Life by Stacy Schiff. I don't know how to say that, but that. And so this is a, I don't know if this is a historical fiction or if it's just a biography. Well, yeah, I don't really know going in. Oh, well, it is a biography, obviously, but I don't know, like, it'll be, because if you've read, like, Alison Weir books or Philippa Gregory books, they're, like, at the person's point of view, so I don't know how this book's gonna be. It is a relatively short book because a lot of this in the back is just like the notes and all, and I think this book will only take me like 3 days to read. I think that's what it was, or no, I don't know. So that, but yeah, I'm gonna say 3 days. But Cleopatra, she's somebody I'm very interested in history. And then if I finish that book, first I have this Dawn of the Jedi, a guide to the Dawn of the Jedi era of Star Wars that I bought thinking it was this on Amazon, And then that will lead me into the Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi Book 1 Force Storm. I think these characters look so awesome and badass. Like the girl right there, like she just looks so cool. So I just think this looks really awesome and I can't wait to read it. I haven't read a Star Wars comic in what seems like forever. And then this is like really getting out there, but The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This lady gets murdered on a cruise and there's only like 20 people on the cruise, so it's like has to be one of them. And yeah, so those are all the books that I have on my TBR for this week and the weeks to come. And yeah, so now let's wait like 5 seconds.
Few moments later.
I'm going to be showing y'all the Book of the Month books that I got in my subscription. I go more into detail about this in my video. Icon up there. I don't know what side. So we have Kate Morton's book, The Clockmaker's Daughter. And then we have Christian Hannah's book, The Great Alone. So those are the books I get on my subscription. For both of these, it was only like $10, which is awesome. Like, thank you, because I love hardback books, but they're usually really expensive and I don't want to be spending all my money on hardback books when I can get paperbacks. But I'm so glad that these books were only $10 for the both of them. So the plan for today, I have a video uploading right now. Then I had to go edit the video that I just filmed and upload that. And then I'm going to watch the Dodgers game tonight. I think it's tonight. I'm pretty sure. This week is a sports-filled week. Like I talked about it in my last vlog. I'm stressed about all the sports, but I can do it. But I'm going to go read Deceived right now. And that is my plan for today. Hey guys, it is a few hours later and not much has happened. I did finish the 3 chapters that I was gonna read. I don't know if I said I'm gonna be reading 3 chapters, but my bookmark broke. And here I'm starting to write down what I need to talk about because usually I'm just all over the place and just scattered. That's how I am with everything. But so first off, these chapters are really long. They're like 20 pages each, which to some people that may not be long, but I don't like long chapters personally. Like I can't focus for that long. Another thing is this book has reminded me a lot of Revenge of the Sith because the Empire is basically taking over. They've taken Coruscant, and this isn't spoilers, it's like the synopsis. So they took over Coruscant and the Jedi Temple and all that, so that reminded me of Revenge of the Sith. And then one of our characters, Z-Man, he reminds me of Han Solo. Not personality wise and all that, but he was once a soldier, now he's a smuggler and all that. But I don't know if he was a soldier for the Republic or for the Empire. I'm not sure on that. So I am on page 64 and chapter 4. Well, I got 2 Amazon packages today, so I am gonna be rereading a lot of books that I read when I was younger. Like I want to reread Twilight, Divergent, The Hunger Games, Harry Potter. I may come up with some other stuff. So I only had a paperback version of the first Divergent book, and I want all my books to be like in a series. I want them to all be hardback or all be paperback. So I was like, and so on Amazon there's an option to get used stuff. So I got this for like $4. So yeah, this came fine and all. I mean, the cover's kind of messed up, but that's okay. I can deal with that. And so this book came perfectly. So Insurgent, I didn't have a copy of because somebody borrowed it from me, I think. Yeah, and so I don't have a copy. I was like, I gave it to somebody. And so I was like, I'm just gonna buy a cheap one on Amazon for $4. This is how it comes, with no dust cover. It looks like with crown marks and all over. And then you can tell the pages are like old. And this is not what I wanted. But it does have one of the cool ribbon bookmarks. But this is, I don't know if this is how it was supposed to look, but I wanted to get these books on purpose to match what I already had, and this doesn't have a cover. So I'm kind of pissed off about that, because it says very good, good, acceptable, like conditions on there, and I only bought ones that said very good, and it didn't say anything about it not having a dust cover. The picture of the book was like the normal picture you would see on a website. So I am upset about that, and I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know if you can buy just dust covers. I'm gonna look on eBay or somewhere, because I don't know. These two are about the same height, so I need to go see if my Insurgent, what's the last one? I don't remember what the last one's called, so I need to see if they all fit in height, because if they don't, that will stress me out. Because, like, as I said, in a series I like them all to be the same, but I don't care like if these two books aren't the same height. But in a series I like all my books to be the same height, so I'm really stressed out. Like, again, I didn't spend that much money on them, but that's not what I asked for. That's not what I wanted. Like, this is completely not at all, which, I mean, it's not a terrible condition, but it's just not what I thought I ordered. And I don't know if you can return to used stuff, because they didn't, like, a slip or anything didn't come with it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see on Amazon reviews to see if the store has got any bad reviews or anything for stuff like that, because as I said, I'm very upset about that. But I'm gonna play Sims while I watch the Dodgers game. And yeah, during the World Series I won't be like distracted watching or playing games while I'm watching, but like during these these random series I'm watching, I'm doing other stuff. Not always. It's usually like, let's say the Brewers are batting, then I will be playing Sims. If the Dodgers are batting, I'll be watching. So you never know. Bueller's pitching tonight. I hope he does good, because against the Braves it was kind of like, I'll let it slide because it was like his first playoff game ever, and it was in Atlanta. He's a rookie, so I can understand. But I'm like, you're back in LA tonight. This will be your second start in the playoffs, so you better do good, Bueller. You better. Hey everyone, it is Wednesday. It's actually, yeah, I didn't record Tuesday. It's midnight on Wednesday, or like 1 a.m. Yeah, 1:05. And I didn't record on Wednesday because I woke up feeling really sick, and like, it was like 10 minutes of pain and nausea, and then I prayed a lot and I got better. But like, I still wanted to keep it easy, rest and all. I watched the Dodgers game, but I just stopped watching because it's going into extra innings and I need to read, and I can't read and watch at the same time. Like, I can't do that. Then I watched the Warriors game too at like the same time. Like, I watched every other quarter of the Warriors. It's the first game of the season. I watched the whole ring ceremony and all that of what they showed on TV. My dog's right there, my cat's back there, so all these animals are making tons of noises. And we're having a thunderstorm right now, which I love thunderstorms. My animals, not so much. But I updated y'all about this book last. So on A Feast for Crows, I am on page 80 and I'm about to read some more, and I think I read 3 chapters a day of this, as I said earlier. So I'm at Brienne's point of view. So I read 3 chapters of this last night, and the prologue I thought was kind of weird. I don't get how, like, this characters we've never met before that I don't think we have. And then yeah, it was just weird, and I don't think that was a good idea to have as a prologue. But again, I've only read 3 chapters, so I don't know. And then I don't like the chapter titles where it's like The Prophet for Aaron Greyjoy. Like, they should have just said Aaron Greyjoy, even though this may be his sole chapter. I don't like that. And then let's get to what I like. The sand snakes are in it, and I've heard so much about them. Like, obviously I've seen the show, but the show doesn't do them justice, I've heard. So I am so excited for them. I really like them already. Teen, or however you say her name, Tyene. She seems like my favorite so far out of them. I think that's the right one. No. She's the one, the Septa's the mom. My favorite is it Nymeria? I think that's her name. And her mom was a noble lady in Volantis. And she's my favorite so far from the books, obviously. And then Ariane Martel is in it as well, and not on the show. And these are things I've seen fan art of them on Tumblr. I've seen different things. I've just seen all this stuff about them like on Tumblr. So I am so excited to read about them. So then we have Cersei point of views, and Cersei is slowly becoming my favorite villain. I just think Cersei is a really good villain, and from the previous books I did like hearing, like when she was like alone with Jaime, she's different than how she is like with the other people. She's not that all queen. I don't know, like, but I think that's for most people. You're different with the one you love. I don't know, because I've never dated anybody, but yeah, so I really like that we have Cersei point of views now. And so that's with this. I'm about to read this more, and then with Deceived I've read 3 more chapters, and I am on chapter 7, which is page 119. So like today, which tomorrow in my mind I'm gonna read more. But Erin is my favorite character so far. I think she's the most her like point of views are the ones I'm enjoying the most. And so another thing that's confusing me is like the Republic and Empire. So the Republic and Empire are against each other, obviously, because the Republic's good, Empire is bad. And I don't understand why the Jedis have to be the one to deal with the Empire. I feel like it should be the Senate. Senators should be dealing with the Empire, and it be a political thing. Like, I get, like, the Empire, like, I don't get why the senators of the Republic aren't dealing with the political people of the Empire, and then the Jedi aren't dealing with the warriors of the Empire. Like, that's kind of confusing, so I'm doing bad explaining. I just don't like that. And then the things, how I said last night, the chapters are really long, which I can deal with, obviously, because they're only like 20 pages, but I'm used to like 8-page chapters. And then another thing that I notice is probably because I'm used to chapters that are one point of view, when this will have everybody's point of view in one chapter, and I don't know really how I like that. But I guess it's, a good thing about that is we know what everybody's doing like at the same time, basically. Instead of, like in Game of Thrones, we could go from, let's say, Jaime's perspective, and then it will go to Jon's perspective, and it'll be like the same day, but like thousands of leagues apart. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's 1 a.m. But I'm going to go read 3 more chapters of A Feast for Crows, because if y'all don't know, Game of Thrones is my late night reads. This is what I always read late at night, but I'm not used to it being 1:10 in the morning. Yeah, and I'm gonna get some cheese to eat because I'm hungry, and I'm gonna take some more Advil. Like midnight is when I can take it again, which, as I said, is 1 a.m. But I'm gonna wait until right before I go to bed, because I don't want to wake up in pain or something. I don't want to go through what I went through this morning again. So I am gonna do that sometime whenever, like at 5 a.m. But that is what I'm doing tonight. I didn't get any books today because I don't even think I have any ordered. That's a lie. I have graphic novels ordered because I only have 1 left that I have to read, and after I read that, I'm gonna want to know what happens next. But I've been talking for almost 7 minutes now, so I will see you guys later today. Hey everyone, it's later. It's showing the sun close and everything. It's 8:43 p.m. now. The Dodgers just won, and that's lit. But this is my last clip in the vlog, I think. I have a lot to talk about, but first I'll talk about books. So last night, as I said, I was gonna read A Feast for Crows, and okay, so I am on page 140, which is Cersei's point of view. So now what I want to talk about, so I read a Brienne chapter, Sam and Arya. In the books it says Samuel. If you are like, who's Sam? That's who. So, like last night I talked about the sand snakes and all that. So I meant to say this when I was talking about that Feast of Crows is where I think it changes, where the books are different than the TV show, because I know season 5 I think is when George R. R. Martin like handed over the rights to let the TV show writers write what happened on the show next or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's what happened. So I do think this book is where things, obviously in all the books there's been things that are different than in the show, but I think this book is mainly where it changes like I'm not gonna say completely, but like halfway. So that's one thing. And then another thing that I kind of complained about my other book is the chapters in this book are long, but they are fast-paced. Like by numbers it's long, but I think it moves at a fast pace because, as I said, I'm already on page 140 and it has not felt like that many pages at all. I am doing the ebook though. With all my Game of Thrones books I do the ebook just because the words are so tiny, and then just like bending this, it's difficult. But I do buy these because Game of Thrones is my favorite series, so I do like to have a copy of the book, a physical copy. So now we are getting to see Bravos, which I think is very interesting because I think Essos is so interesting, and this is in the Free Cities, and I feel like we haven't really seen the Free Cities that much in the books. We've seen some places further east, but because I don't want to give spoilers away, because as I said, this is a 4th book in a series. So I love getting to see Bravos because I like to see and be like, because Bravos is obviously based off of Venice, Italy. So I like seeing learning about the Free Cities and then relating them to places that really do exist. I don't know if that's weird or not. So let's move on to Arya vs. Sansa. This is more about the TV show. So yeah, as I said, I am writing these note cards for when I actually do my review, that I know what I'm talking about, because I'm always like, I have a scattered brain. But I don't want to, this could be spoilers. So spoilers, I'm gonna keep my hands up the whole time that I'm talking about this. So when Arya is with the Faceless Men, I think that's the most boring storyline the show has ever done, so I don't know how it's going to be portrayed in the books. And then, because I know a lot of people complain about Bran's storyline being really boring, but I actually really enjoyed his, of him like time traveling basically. I think that's very interesting, but I found Arya's really drawn out and boring, so I hope in the books it's a lot better. And then I know there's a lot of people who are like, who do you prefer more, Sansa or Arya? I prefer, I love them both, but I prefer Sansa's storyline, because as I said, I feel like Arya's could have been really, really good, but I just feel like it was really drawn out. So hopefully in the books that's different. So spoilers are over for that. So let's move on and talk about The Old Republic Deceived by Paul S. Kemp. I read 3 chapters today, like I do every day, and I am on page 169, which is day 2. I didn't know it was sorted by days. If I would have known that, I would have read like all of day 1 in a day, but I didn't know that it was sorted by days. Like I said, day 1 on the front, like it said day 1, but I flipped through so many chapters, I was like, I don't see a day 2. But then it occurred to me, all of that happened in one day. Like everything, that's just a lot. I don't know how realistic that is, but I do know they're all on different planets and all, so the way the time on planets is different, like in real life. So I don't know if that played a part in that. But yes, I'm on chapter 10 now. I'm probably going to try and finish this book tomorrow. That's 4 chapters, I think. But I don't know. And maybe 3 chapters and an epilogue. I'm not sure. But I don't know if I am. I think it's like 110 pages. I mean, I can do it, but it's like, will I feel like it? I don't know. So the things to talk about. So there was a spaceport fight in this, and that's like an airport, but space in Star Wars, there's spaceports. And I think, like, I was thinking, there's a space fight in like every single Star Wars book. Not really, but I feel like there's a lot. I can think of one other. So then somebody's ship goes onto the back of an Imperial ship, and that really gave me Han Solo vibes again. I think it's Han Solo with the Falcon who puts his ship on top of, or on another ship, and so they don't detect it. I think it's Han Solo, but I don't remember. So Han Solo vibes again. And then something that I like, I'm not gonna say who it's about, but how can be on like two different sides. Like you have somebody on the good side, somebody on the bad side, and anything, not just books. And they can still relate to each other completely, but be on different sides. Like I think this really interesting. Yeah. So I should finish this book tomorrow, and then this book in like 2 weeks. So now moving on to some mail. But before I got into this, I was thinking about this earlier because y'all are probably like, oh my gosh, you spend so much money. I just want to tell y'all, every time I buy a book, I donate a book, and that's it. Like, and then after I read a book, film the video about it, it depends if I donate a book or not. Like if I'm annotating it, I obviously keep it, but if I'm not, because some books I just don't, those all get donated, and I donate all my books to the public library in my town. So I just wanted to let y'all know that these books, once I finish them, they are going to other people. Like it's not, like all the books on my bookshelf in front of me, I have not read except Game of Thrones. Everything else, and The Hunger Games. Everything else I have not read, and yeah. So our first package is from Amazon. Everything in here, I don't know if it's all books. Okay, so I would like the way this book looked on there. I was like, please be a graphic novel, because I wasn't sure it was gonna be. Oh, it's kind of long, but it is The Sandman on Volume 1, Preludes and Nocturnes. It's a Neil Gaiman, and it's Sam, Keith, Mike Drindenberg, and Malcolm Jones the third, and this is the fully recolored edition. But if you didn't know, when I was in New York City, my dad went to Forbidden Planet, I think that's what it's called, Forbidden Planet in Manhattan, and picked up a Funko Pop that he thought I would like, and it was the character Death in the DC Comics. And I guess this is DC, I don't know, that's probably really bad, don't judge me. But so I wanted to look up and see what comics she was in, and this came up, so I'm assuming that she's in it. And by some of these, they look like her, so I'm assuming that's her, but I don't know. But that's why for my superhero graphic novel, the next one I'll read will be The Sandman. And this is like really long for like this kind, so I got a book, so I'm giving one away. I found this on one of my shelves. I've never actually read it. It's kind of dusty, so I need to clean it off. But Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life by James Patterson and Chris Tebbets. This, I remember when I bought it, it was at the book fair in middle school. So I never read it. And that's a timer for me, so I can take my medicine. But yeah, so that's what I'm giving away. And then our next one, on Owlcrate, I was trying to get a subscription, but I couldn't, like they didn't, it wasn't allowing me to, because they were already sold out for this month or whatever. So that's why I got Book of the Month instead. But Owlcrate, you can buy boxes that were previous years or whatever. And this was December of 2017, and they're on sale. That's why I got it, because if it was the usual like over $30, I would not have bought it. So this was like in the teens. I don't remember how much, but this is a Christmas one, so a guide to unboxing if you give 2 books. So snap a photograph and film your unboxing experience. Show off your treats to the Owlcrate community, and snuggle up and get cozy and enjoy your book. So we're gonna take a picture of what it looks like. So our first we get a little card, and we get a candle. Yeah, it's Book Lover Soy Candle, reading at the cafe, Frost Bead Studio in Minneapolis. Oh my gosh, it smells like hot chocolate. Oh my gosh, it smells like Starbucks. that smells so good. Then we have, ooh, it's a what I read, and then it'll have title, author, star rate, and date, my rating, and thoughts. This is so cool. I didn't know they made things like this because I have a thing, like an Excel chart of on my iPad of basically the same things. I don't put thoughts, so I put genre. That is really awesome to have that. What is next? We have a to-do list with a little octopus on it, and this is by boygirlparty.com, and I don't think this, yeah, it doesn't say where this came from, but little octopus, so cute. So there's that, huh? Oh, no, we have more. This is a bookmark or a magnet. I don't know what this is, but, or who it is on it, but that is so cute. And it is by the art of Sandra Vargas, so that is cute. Then we have book lovers. Oh, this is from The Candle. And there's the book. Is that all that's in here? I don't know. Like, I don't want to get in this stuff everywhere, even though I kind of already did that. But our book is Da Vinci's Tiger. I can never read cursive. I'm not smart. And this book takes place in Italy, in Florence, and I think in Florence. And it has something to do with Da Vinci because I thought this book's one of the most interesting out of all the ones that were on sale, so I wanted to pick it up because, as you know, historical fiction is my favorite genre. It comes with these, I think they're magnets on the back. I'm not sure what that is, but that is what I got. So for that, the book I am giving away is a book I got at Urban Outfitters a couple years back, and it's by Lonely Planet, The Best Places to Be Today, 365 Things to Do, and the perfect day to do them. So you could float to, let's say today was June 9th, is Surf Bali in Indonesia. So that's cool. I've really enjoyed that book. But it's time to let it go because I've had it for several years. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Part 2 will be up on Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure which day, but as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye guys.